So, trying to find the courage to tell you guys this story. Um, I have went through a lot these past I want to say 24 hours. I want to say, I hope you guys hear me out. You guys actually listen and maybe learn from this, or as long as you hear me out. But Friday night at 10:40, I left my crib at almost like 11. I just remember seeing 10:40, going to the restroom, coming out, sitting down a little bit, and then leaving at almost 11. I left my house, made it to my destination, and ended up headed back home. Currently around this time, I believe it was like 12:40. As I'm almost making it home, I think about 4 or 5 exits away from my crib, I spot a CHP blacked out on the side of the freeway. In my mind, I'm like, damn, they everywhere. They've been getting everybody all night, you know? So I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm driving. As I'm driving, I'm listening to Nipsey Hussle, Count Up That Loot. It's one of my favorite songs. Get me in that mode. When I'm driving, I like to listen to music and just let my mind just be free and just drive and just feel good, you know? It's kind of like my stress reliever. That's just something I like to do. So I'm listening to Nipsey Hussle, Count Up That Loot. Traffic flows by or whatever, is like dying down a little bit, whatever. I see a cop rush behind me, or CHP, and they put their lights on. Mind you, I'm in the middle lane. They're flashing, they just have their red, blue lights on. And we're driving. I'm thinking of getting over in a safe place. So the freeway is not one of those. To my knowledge, years ago, I had got stopped in the Bay Area. This is about 6, 7 years ago. I got put over in the Bay Area. And it was on the freeway. I tried to literally pull over on the freeway, and the officer said, don't do that. So in my mind, I'm like, let me find somewhere safe to where I can stop my car completely and see what I'm getting stopped for. I'm getting off on Clovis Ave. Clovis Ave has a lot of construction. It's also a busy night for motorcyclists. I guess it's a motorcycle night or something like that event. So we go through about 4 or 5 lights from the freeway, and we go through these lights. I'm going about less than 30. I'm in the lane where you could turn right, so I'm not in the middle lane. I could definitely pull over. Mind you, it's construction, a lot going on, and I decide to turn where I felt was safe, but also, at least a little bit lit up, right? And I come to a complete stop. CHP has their lights blasted on me. I don't have tint on my car. Their lights are on my side view mirrors. And yeah, as their lights are on my side view mirrors, I can't see anything, them approaching or anything. How the music still playing, it's not blasting. If I had to give it a percentage out of 100, how loud it was, I'd probably say maybe 30 to 40, not loud. At least not for my car. So the music's still playing, they pull up, he knocks on my window, press the button one time, my window goes automatically down, my arm goes on the armrest. He asks me, why you being stopped? I said, no. He said, recklessly driving. Me personally, in my mind, I'm thinking, how am I recklessly driving? Why are you trying to stop me? And what's the real reason, He asked me for my license. He didn't say license, registration, and proof of insurance. He said license. I said, I do have my license. It's in my armrest. I can get it. I go in, kid. I said, do you want me to get it? He said, yes. I got my license in the armrest. I give my license out my wallet. I have my ID in my hand as I'm passing it to him. He's like, and insurance and proof of registration and proof of insurance. And I was like, I don't know if I have that stuff, because I just recently got a new insurance company. I am on my dad's. So we recently got a new insurance company, as well as my registration. I did have it. It wasn't in my car, and I knew it wasn't in my car. But I told him I'm not for sure about my registration, but my insurance, I told him my life story. I don't think it's in the car. It's been I just recently got a new one 2 months ago. Cool. Mind you, my ID's still out. He's grabbing my ID. He's got it. We're talking. He says, have you had anything to drink tonight? I said, did you clock me? Because I seen you guys on the freeway. I wasn't speeding. I don't know why you're saying that I was recklessly driving. Did you guys clock me? Mind you, I'm saying these type of things. My voice is how it is. Not right now, but it was a little bit higher tone. It could be considered as concerned or worried. But nonetheless, that's how I'm talking and responding. He says, or you can step out the car. Me personally, I said, why do I have to step out the car? I was like, why? And he didn't say a reason. He asked me if I had been drinking, if I had any weapons in the car. I told him no. Why would I have a weapon in the car, right? So our response is, every time he asks me something, I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, that's dumb. So my response is like, come on, why? Why would I do, let's be real. Mind you, I'm sitting down, seatbelt still on, haven't taken my seatbelt off. Both of my phones in the cup holder, music still playing. I tell him, hey, can I cut down the music? I was like, I'm gonna cut down the music. It was like, he asked me, can you have any weapons in the car? I was like, no, I don't have any. I was like, why would I have any weapons? I'm cutting down the music, simultaneously grabbing my other phone. As I'm grabbing my other phone, I'm recording. Let me get y'all a visual. This is the phone that plays music. So it wasn't this phone, but this phone was connected to my car. And both of my phones were laid on top of each other. I cut down this phone, right? And grabbed my other phone while I was at it. Instantly start recording. Holding my phone like this, my other arm on the door. One thing led to another. He asked me to get out the car. I said, what was the reason? He didn't tell me the reason. I was like, I'm just asking the reason. There's no probable cause. Why am I getting pulled over? I was just still confused because he said recklessly driving, and then he just kind of veered off of that. So He's facing me on my side view mirror. So my side view mirror, he's facing me. Imagine sitting looking at your steering wheel. Somebody's on the side of you, facing you, right? Let's face it like this. Left side of you, facing you, side view mirror. Flashlight going. He says, basically step out the car type stuff. I'm like, what is the reason still? One thing led to another. All I see is his hands trying to unlock my door. He tries to sneakily unlock my door. Realize that it's you can't just pull it. You gotta literally press the button or grab the handle to unlock it. We're kind of getting into scuffle. I'm yelling like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Like, what is the reason? He manages to get, mind you, he knows I'm recording. He's trying to push my phone, grab me at the same time. So grab the phone and grab my arm that's on the door. Mind you, the other officer comes over. He's trying to touch the ignition and see if I have a key there to take the key out. Mind you, I have a push to start. So he's going around, whatever, fiddling. I believe my car was still on. I do have video footage of this. I'm not sure if I will be posting it here. If I do, cool. But honestly, I got to go to court for this. So I really don't want to put it on there just yet. But y'all bear with me. Just get a visual. I am in shock. I am in fear. I managed to get the door open. Just imagine 2 CHP at your driver's side trying to wrestle you and get you. And, you know, a situation like that, you don't know what's going to happen. It's fight or flight, right? Flight or flight meaning that it's an instinct thing. Either you got it or you don't got it, right? It's adrenaline that goes into your body, and it's all of your reaction and how you react. And me, I was scared. I was worried. I'll be honest. I was scared, worried, in shock. They managed to get my door open. They grabbed me, slammed me on the ground. My video ended when they grabbed me out the car. I don't remember if I pressed stop recording or whatever, but they grabbed me. They tossed me to the ground, 2 CHP, and all I remember is my chin being the first thing that hit the ground so hard. And I'm just on the ground on the concrete. It said stop resisting, maybe like 3-4 times. I wasn't resisting. My phone had already fell out my hand. My other phone is in the car. And in that moment, I just had so many thoughts going on through my head. Like, not so much why me, but thinking like this situation, like why is this happening? You know, so many different things could happen, and what is gonna happen next, right? As I'm on the ground, they're calling for backup. I have 1 CHP with his knee on the back of my knee and his other knee on the back right here. As my chin is like into the ground, literally like this on the ground. Other CHP, knee on the back of my other leg, and technically my thigh. And he's calling for backup, and then he's reaching for something. Now, I want to tell you guys this because maybe you guys are like, okay, this, like, it's whatever, you know, it sounds like a movie. These situations, in my opinion, are very scary because you watch movies and you know real things that happen. So he calls for backup. He's reaching. In my mind, he's reaching for a tase, maybe whatever, because they keep saying stop resisting. And I'm like, I'm not resisting, crying that I'm not resisting, right? Being real transparent, I'm letting y'all know I was crying, I was emotional, I didn't know what to expect, and I was in shock. But I'll tell you this. I get arrested. The backup comes. He swerves. He literally like he damn near did a nice little drift into the corner, into the area we was at. stops his car dramatically, hops out the car, slams his door, and comes over like, you guys need help? As they're already picking me up off the ground. They said we got into a scuffle. They said it was wrestling, or I was wrestling him, and all these types of things. So I think I'm gonna leave this video at part 1, but I have so much to talk about, and I'm just trying to give you guys a transparent view and give y'all some perspective. But it's been real tough, and I'm just trying to put everything together that I've had happen, and it's just been a lot, right? So this will probably be part 1. Me getting arrested and still being outside, I'll do a part 2. Y'all stay tuned, man.